Article 409 of the New York Criminal Procedure Law underwent key changes effective September 1, 2022. These changes primarily aim to enhance protections for individuals and clarify the role of law enforcement during encounters. One significant aspect is the expansion of the definition of custodial interrogation, often referred to as Rosebud interrogation. This expansion now includes situations where a person's freedom is deprived, even temporarily, and they are subjected to questioning by a law enforcement officer. This broadened definition applies to encounters that might not have previously been considered custodial, such as traffic stops and pat-downs. Individuals now have a stronger right to counsel. They must be informed of their right to counsel before any custodial interrogation takes place. Furthermore, if an individual cannot afford an attorney, one must be provided for them. This ensures that everyone has access to legal representation during questioning. Another critical change is the requirement for law enforcement to record all custodial interrogations. These recordings must be audiovisual. Failure to properly record an interrogation may lead to the suppression of any statements made during the interrogation. This measure promotes transparency and accountability. Officers also have a clarified duty to intervene. They are required to intervene and prevent other officers from engaging in unlawful conduct, which includes coercion or intimidation. An officer's failure to intervene may result in disciplinary action or even criminal prosecution. This aims to prevent police misconduct. A new definition of unlawful entry has been introduced. This prohibits law enforcement from entering a person's residence without a warrant or consent, except in limited circumstances, such as exigent circumstances. This provision reinforces the protection of individuals' homes. The grounds for suppressing statements have been expanded. Statements made during a custodial interrogation can be suppressed under several conditions. Firstly, if the interrogation was not properly recorded. Secondly, if the individual was not provided with a notice of their right to counsel. Thirdly, if the interrogation was conducted in a coercive or intimidating manner. These expanded grounds offer greater protection against improperly obtained statements. Penalties for perjury and false statements have been increased. Making false statements to law enforcement during a custodial interrogation is now classified as a felony. This change aims to deter individuals from providing false information during investigations. These changes have a significant impact on law enforcement. They require law enforcement to adhere to stricter protocols during encounters with individuals. The changes emphasize the importance of transparency and accountability in law enforcement interactions. For individuals, these changes bring enhancements and protections against police misconduct and illegal interrogations. They also clarify the rights of individuals when interacting with law enforcement. In summary, the changes to Article 409 of the New York Criminal Procedure Law represent a significant shift towards greater protection of individual rights and increased accountability for law enforcement. They cover a wide range of areas, from the definition of custodial interrogation to the recording of interrogations and the duty of officers to intervene. These changes are designed to ensure that law enforcement interactions are conducted in a fair and transparent manner and that individuals are aware of their rights. Understanding these changes is crucial for both law enforcement professionals and individuals alike. The specific aspects of the expanded definition of custodial interrogation means that law enforcement officers need to be more aware of when they are required to read Miranda rights. A simple interaction can quickly turn into a custodial interrogation if a person's freedom is restricted. The right to counsel provisions also have significant implications. Law enforcement agencies need to ensure that they have procedures in place to provide counsel to individuals who cannot afford an attorney. This may involve working with public defenders or other legal aid organizations. The recording of interrogations is a crucial step in ensuring transparency and accountability. Law enforcement agencies need to invest in the necessary equipment and training to properly record interrogations. They also need to establish protocols for storing and maintaining these recordings. The duty to intervene is a critical aspect of preventing police misconduct. Officers need to be trained on how to identify and respond to situations where other officers are engaging in unlawful conduct. This requires a culture of accountability and a willingness to challenge inappropriate behavior. The restrictions on unlawful entry are designed to protect individuals' privacy and property rights. Law enforcement officers need to be aware of the limitations on their ability to enter a person's residence without a warrant or consent. The expanded grounds for suppressing statements provide additional protection for individuals who may have been coerced or intimidated into making false statements. These changes are intended to ensure that statements made during custodial interrogations are voluntary and reliable. The increased penalties for perjury and false statements send a clear message that providing false information to law enforcement is a serious offense. This is intended to deter individuals from making false statements and to ensure that law enforcement investigations are based on accurate information. Overall, the changes to Article 409 represent a significant step forward in protecting individual rights and promoting accountability in law enforcement. They require law enforcement agencies to adopt stricter protocols and to be more transparent in their interactions with individuals. These changes are intended to ensure that the criminal justice system is fair and just for all. These changes promote transparency by ensuring recordings are made. It ensures individual rights by defining right to counsel. Officers need to be alert to prevent police misconduct. The changes also specify that law enforcement must have a warrant to enter a person's residency. Penalties are set in place for those who make false statements to law enforcement. These changes impact on law enforcement protocols and also ensures accountability. Individuals are enhanced by these changes and protects them against misconduct.